Loricifera by me. Loriciferans are microscopic animals living between the particles of marine sediments. They were discovered in 1983 off the coast of France by a Danish zoologist named R.M. Christensen. Around 100 species have been collected so far, but only a third of those have been described. These animals attach themselves firmly to a substrate, and hence they have remained undiscovered for so long. Loriciferans are divided into three parts: the head, which contains the mouth and brain, a trunk region, which is also surrounded by 6 plates and make up a lorica, or corselet, and the neck region, which is in between these two regions. In adult animals, the head can be withdrawn into the neck, and the neck can be withdrawn into the trunk, and that is protected by lorica and scalids. The scalids are spines that are on the head, and they stick out protectively when the head is extended, but fold up and face outwards when the head is withdrawn. Loriciferans have a well-developed brain, and each scalid is individually connected to the brain by nerves. There is also a ganglion in the trunk region which is connected to the stomach. Adults crawl by using their spines and their mouth cones. The mouth cone telescopes out to its full length, fastens itself to a sand grain, and then draws in again so that the animal's body is pulled forward. Many of larvae are acoelomates, while the adults are sometimes pseudocoelomates, and some remain acoelomates. This means that larvae lack a body cavity, while some adults have a body cavity, which serves to support the body and functions as a skeleton for the animals. This also means that they have no respiratory or circulatory organs. Both these functions are performed by their body fluid. The stylets that surround the Loricifera's mouths feed by piercing plants or animals, and then they suck these animals into their mouths. So let me say that again. They pierce the animals with their stylets, and then they suck the contents of these animals into their body. Loriciferans are either male or female. The females seem to produce 1 egg at a time, and fertilization is suspected to be internal. However, we don't know much of their fertilization. The primary larvae hatch from fertilized eggs and grow by shedding their outer layer. After 2 to 5 of these shedding stages, the larvae go into a resting stage and never feed. A male or female with fully developed reproductive organs emerges from the resting stage, and the life cycle repeats itself. These larvae use spines and bristles to crawl between grains of sand. They can also swim by using their toes, but they will molt these later. 3 species of Loricifera have been discovered which dwell in the sediments of the bottom of the Atlanta Basin in the Mediterranean Sea, over 3,000 meters below the surface. These are the first multicellular organisms known to spend their entire lives in an oxygen-free environment. Wow! This evidence of metazoan life that is spent entirely in permanently anoxic sediments is the first such evidence. These species of Loricifera complete their whole life cycle in the total absence of light and oxygen. The area they inhabit is nearly salt-saturated, and because of its density, it does not mix with waters above. Loricifera are able to survive in these harsh environments because they rely on hydrogenosomes, which produce hydrogen and ATP instead of using their mitochondria for energy. Loricifera are significantly large multicellular creatures in length. Oh, no, that doesn't make any sense. Loricifera are significantly large multicellular creatures. So far, they are the only animal of this size and complexity that do not have a mitochondria. I hope you all have a great weekend. Goodbye.